I died in Blackthorn Forest. You need to know that first. But death, it wasn't an escape. It didn't take me out of the woods. It just pushed me deeper in.
People always say the woods are so quiet at night, peaceful even. That's only because they've never had to stay long enough for the real sounds to start, the ones that only wake up after you're totally alone and the moon has gone into hiding.
I have to tell you what happened to me. Not because I think it'll save you. It won't. I'm telling you because the forest, it has a way of calling back anyone who listens too closely. And right now, you're listening.
It all started with my friend Dylan. Just one quiet weekend off-grid. That's what he said. We didn't get to Blackthorn Forest until the sun was already bleeding out behind the trees. And the second we killed the engine, the air just stopped. It felt heavy. The trees were just colossal. They swallowed the sky whole. And the air, it smelled of cold bark and soil that hadn't seen the sun in years. There was no wind. No sound could get in, and nothing could get out.
So we built a fire, tried to laugh, act normal. But the deeper the night got, the heavier that forest felt. It was like some massive animal was just lying there in the dark, holding its breath all around us.
And it wasn't really silent. I could hear this faint, rhythmic clicking coming from somewhere deep in the trees, like two little stones being tapped together over and over. Dylan just brushed it off, said it was insects, but I knew it wasn't. It was probably around 1 a.m. when Dylan just froze. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. And I had. It was footsteps, soft, but way too steady to be an animal, and they were circling us, just at the edge of the firelight. I grabbed the flashlight, swept the beam into the darkness, but there was nothing there, just trees. But then this smell hit us. It was wet earth and rot, like old leaves that had been crushed under something impossibly heavy. And that's when I saw it, tucked between the trees. A figure. It was tall, way too tall, and its spine was bent at this awful angle, like it had been broken and healed all wrong. It just stood there, head tilted, watching us. "Hey," Dylan screamed at it. That was a huge mistake. The figure didn't run. It didn't even hide. 1 second it was there, and the next, it was just gone. And then that clicking sound came back. Only this time, it was sharp, rhythmic, and it was right behind us.
We ran. We just ran. Dropped everything. Branches were slashing at our faces as we just tore through the undergrowth. But the thing behind us, it didn't run. We could hear it walking, a slow, deliberate pace. Its clicking somehow a perfect match for our own panicked heartbeats.
Then, through the trees, we saw it, this old, half-collapsed ranger tower. It was our only chance. We scrambled up that ladder, not even daring to look back.
Once we got to the top, we just listened and heard nothing. Absolute silence. Then Dylan whispered, "Look." I looked down. At the base of the tower, it was just standing there, perfectly still, looking right up at us. It had followed us without making a single sound. It knew exactly where we were.
Hours went by. It felt like an eternity. Then, just as the sky started to gray, a new sound floated up. A human voice, so weak and begging. "Help, please, someone help me." I crawled to the edge to look. There was a man down there, in torn clothes, staggering around. But then a bit of moonlight broke through the clouds, and I saw it. His feet weren't touching the ground. He was hanging there, suspended a full meter in the air by absolutely nothing I could see. And then he was just yanked upward, so violently, impossibly fast, just snatched right into the black canopy. The forest just swallowed his scream, and the clicking started again. We fled that tower at dawn, just running blindly, praying the sun would give us some kind of protection. It didn't. The deeper we ran, somehow the darker the forest became around us. Suddenly, Dylan just grabbed my jacket. "Stop, listen." The clicking was gone. It wasn't clicking anymore. It was breathing, and it was coming from directly above us. I looked up, and I saw it. A massive shape, just clinging upside down to the branches. It had these long, long arms, even longer fingers. Its head was shaped all wrong, like it had been stretched, and its jaw was unhinging. Dylan was just frozen. He couldn't even move. and the creature dropped. Not on me, it dropped right on him. I saw its hook-like fingers wrap around his chest, and he gave this one short, sharp cry as his ribs just cracked inward.
His body was pulled up into the branches and just disappeared. I ran. I knew it wouldn't save me, but what else could I do? I just ran as the whole forest twisted around me, and the day turned unnaturally back into night.
And then I felt it. Something grabbed the back of my neck. Cold fingers, too many of them. I didn't even get to scream. I just felt my spine snap. My body fell, but my mind, somehow it stayed awake as it dragged me into the pines and hung me from a branch.
You see, Blackthorn Forest keeps its dead. We become the whispers. We become the lures for the next poor soul who wanders in. You followed my voice this far into the dark. So listen carefully right now. That clicking sound, if you can hear it, it already sees you.